All right, let's get right into it. If you're a leader in commercial banking, you live and breathe covenant management. But what if we stopped thinking about it as just a back-office chore and started seeing it for what it could be? A real engine for growth and smarter risk control. Today, that's exactly what we're going to explore.
You know this dilemma better than anyone. It's that constant, grinding, labor-intensive process of monitoring covenants. It's absolutely fundamental to the business, but let's be honest, the way it's always been done is, well, it's broken. It's fragmented, it's slow, and frankly, it's holding you back.
Think about this number for a second. 30 to 40%. That's the amount of time your relationship managers, your absolute best client-facing talent, are spending on administrative grunt work, chasing down financials, plugging numbers into spreadsheets, playing defense instead of offense.
So you have to ask yourself, is that really the best use of their time? When the very people who drive your growth are bogged down in manual paperwork, you're not just losing efficiency, you're bleeding opportunity. And it's not just about wasted time. There's a huge risk component here. We're talking 20 to 30% of your loans are going to breach a covenant at some point. Now, in a manual, quarterly world, how many of those issues are flying under the radar for weeks or even months?
And this is the trap, isn't it? It's the classic double bind. You're stuck between spending a fortune in operational costs to do it right and exposing your portfolio to serious risk if you don't. It's a trade-off that no one should have to make.
But what if you didn't have to make that trade-off? This is where a truly AI-native approach just completely changes the conversation. And look, we're not talking about a fancier spreadsheet. We're talking about redesigning the entire process right from the ground up.
I mean, just look at the difference here. You go from quarterly, reactive check-ins to continuous, real-time oversight. You move from messy, disconnected spreadsheets to a single, automated workflow. The whole dynamic shifts from being a reactive enforcer to a collaborative partner with your client. And the bottom line? You go from a high operational cost on every single loan to near zero.
So what does that shift actually get you? Well, first and foremost, it transforms all that manual work into genuine, actionable insight. This is about turning your risk management from a lagging indicator into a powerful, predictive tool. Because, as you know better than anyone, when it comes to credit risk, time is the one thing you can't buy more of. The real win isn't just about finding a problem faster. It's about gaining that critical window of opportunity to actually do something about it, to work with the borrower and find a solution before things spiral.
And the impact is massive, 3 to 6 months. That's how much earlier AI-powered monitoring can spot weak signals and actual breaches compared to the old quarterly cycle. That's a game-changing advantage in managing the health of your portfolio.
And this isn't magic. It's achieved through a really clear process. The system is continuously pulling data right from the source, your core systems, accounting software. It's instantly calculating ratios, and it's sending real-time alerts, not just on hard breaches, but on those early warning signs too. And the best part? It creates a complete, audit-ready trail that keeps management and regulators like the OCC and FDIC very confident.
Okay, so better risk management is huge, but this is where it gets really exciting. Let's talk about how this approach completely changes the economics of your loan book and turns a cost center into a real growth driver. It all starts right here, a 70% reduction. I mean, just pause and think about what that means. Cutting the manual time spent on tracking and reporting by up to 70%. That's a staggering amount of capacity you've just unlocked in your existing team.
So the billion-dollar question becomes, what could your people achieve with all of that time back? What new relationships could they build? What new opportunities could they find if they weren't buried in paperwork?
Well, this is what becomes possible. All of a sudden, those smaller and mid-market loans that were too expensive to service, they become profitable. You can scale your entire loan book without having to scale your headcount. And your RMs get to focus on what they do best, building those deep relationships that bring in not just new loans, but new deposits too.
Now, I know this all sounds great in theory, so let's look at how CovenantFlow is actually delivering these results in the real world for a top U.S. bank right now. So their challenge was a classic one. The high cost of monitoring covenants meant that smaller commercial loans just weren't profitable, and that was seriously constraining their ability to grow. So they deployed CovenantFlow, automated the whole workflow, and the result? They unlocked the capacity to serve that market, and they did it while actually reducing their FTE hours.
And you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from one of their senior risk officers really says it all. It hits on both the human impact, giving people their weekends back, and the strategic one, giving leadership the confidence to grow the business safely. That's the win-win right there. The engine making this happen is a simple 4-step flow.
First, the AI ingests and extracts all the key data from loan agreements and financials, no more manual entry. Then, it analyzes and tracks every single covenant on a real-time dashboard. The second there's an issue, it sends an alert. And finally, it gives your teams and your clients a secure portal to collaborate and resolve things quickly.
So let's just zoom out for a minute. Why is this so important, right here, right now? Well, because making this shift isn't just a nice-to-have operational upgrade anymore. It's becoming a strategic imperative, thanks to some major forces that are reshaping our entire industry.
You've got regulators who are demanding more timely, continuous oversight. You've got sustained margin pressure that makes operational efficiency absolutely critical. You've got AI becoming table stakes across all of finance. And on top of it all, your clients now expect modern, digital tools. The old, manual way of doing things just can't keep up.
So it really all comes down to this one last question. Take a hard, honest look at your current process and ask yourself, is it truly protecting your portfolio? Or is its cost, its inefficiency, and its risk actually constraining your bank, holding you back from where you need to be? The answer to that question is going to define your ability to compete and to grow for years to come.